The Gael hinterland of North Kerry enjoys a rich tradition of a special style of Irish dancing, of a kind found nowhere else in Ireland. We owe this legacy to one Jerry Molyneaux, a travelling dancing master who journeyed the length and breadth of North Kerry, teaching his special brand of traditional dancing to young and old, in schools and in private houses. Many of his pupils, now in the 60s plus age group, still dance his unique steps, and so hopefully help in passing on a treasured talent. Jerry, the youngest of a family of 4 boys and 3 girls, was born in 1883 of skilled parents. His father, William Molyneaux, was a blacksmith, and his mother, Eileen Scandon, a dressmaker. So it was no great surprise that Jerry had the blood of a perfectionist in his veins. Jerry went to school in Collard. Of his scholarly qualities, little is remembered. He became champion dancer of Munster at the age of 18, and 2 years later, in 1903, he held his first dancing class in the kitchen of his family home, and the success of that night set him on course to become the most talented, sought after and respected dancing master in all of North Kerry and surrounding areas. Neat of stature, clothing and footwear, he was above all a master of time and rhythm. His tiny feet, like little hammers, beating out time clearly but not too strongly. His style was unique. His carriage was perfection, with movements both graceful and stately. Jerry Molyneaux died in the Stole at the ripe old age of 83. He is buried here in Gael Cemetery, in his own parish of Ballydonoghue, just a few miles from his beloved Gunsborough. As he had requested, his best pair of dancing shoes were buried with him, and who knows how many beautiful steps. Ar yet day go raibh anam.
Just as surely as Jerry Molyneaux got his inspiration for his innovative dancing art while working in his father's forge in Gunsborough, so did Father Pat Ahern, a priest in the Diocese of Kerry, fire his imagination to create his vision of Shimsori na Riachta in 1964, through his observation of and fascination with the unique style of dancing as portrayed by the many pupils of the great master. Lovers of culture are indeed grateful that he had this experience, that he became passionately interested in the music and culture of the locality, and that he had the foresight and gifted ability to explore, develop, encourage and preserve the treasures of our rural culture. Looking back over the years, Shim Satira has done our country proud by winning the European Prize for Folk Art, by delighting vast audiences with its world-class performances at home and in numerous international venues, and of course, the grassroots system of Takshimsa, Finuig agus na Carriga have contributed to the support of that success.
don't.
We won't tell them.
He never lets up.
Welcome everyone. We'll start with a little blast of music. Agus sú géad fáilte. Go dtí ag na gáile an sa an bhs a bhút an ringceoir cá Master Rinke cáileúr Jerry Molyneaux. I welcome you all here to Gale this evening, and we plan to keep it fairly short, just to get the main business done. We were here, how many people were here 45 years ago? Good, yeah. 45 years ago we unveiled the headstone here, and it was Jack Flavin of Jack Flavin of Gunsborough who unveiled it. This evening his son Jack, his son Michael is here to the needful. And we decided that we'd have a little special extra piece, which is beautifully executed by the well-known Tralee artistic sculptor, Billy Lean. And I'll introduce Billy to you in a minute until we see his work. First of all, we asked Mike to unveil the special piece, which is a pair of dancing shoes, and they're placed, as you can see, right over Jerry Molyneaux's feet, appropriately.
Thank you, Father Pat. Yeah, I suppose as Father Pat said, I was here 45 years ago, and I'm looking around here as well at the number of people that were also here 45 years ago. I suppose I was proud to be related, and my brothers and are here this evening with me. They're over there, and they were here as well. Some of them were smaller and younger, but that's the way it goes. But I was proud to be related to Jerry Molyneaux. And my grandmother was his grandaunt, and I remember him trying to teach me dancing outside the old houses over there, hanging on the wall there. We used to go flagstone outside, and he tried to teach me dancing, but he failed. I had some other thing in my head, bossy, at that time, and dancing wasn't part of it. But yeah, and as I said, I'd like to thank Father Pat here. He's been on to me for a good number of months now, and he finally caught me and tracked me down to get this job done. And the headstone was in, I suppose, and it was our fault. We didn't keep it in repair, but look, we look after it from here on in. But he, as he said, he got Billy Lean from Tralee to clean it, and it looks very well now at the moment. And then he had the dancing shoes there, and which is, I suppose, the history of Jerry Molyneaux and the people that he taught. And there are a number of them here this evening as well. Father Pat, Mossy, John Joe Donnell. Not sure if there's any more here as well. But and I remember, and I suppose you can as well. I remember Liam Tarrant, Mikey Carroll, Paddy White. I remember all them fellas above in Gunsborough, and I remember Liam Tarrant dancing in our old house above. And yeah, it was great times, and this brings back a lot of memories. And I had some photographs from 45 years ago, and I want to thank John Stack, brought them back to life for me there a few weeks ago, and I sent some to Father Pat, and he has them as well, so we'll display them at a later stage down the road. So again, thank you all for coming, and it is a lovely event, and I said a lot of memories brought back, so I'll hand you back to Father Pat.
It was Liam Tarrant who raised the funds to put the headstone there in the first place. And now tonight we're unveiling the pair of shoes appropriately on his grave and sitting over his feet. I'd like you to put your hands together for Billy Lean, who created this lovely piece. Very briefly, rain looks like coming. Very briefly, just why are we doing this evening? Why is this man so important? A couple of reasons. One, he is a very important link in the chain of dancing that goes way back about almost 200 years before him. The dancing started down in South Kerry by a man called Tomás O'Kerreen down in Castlemaine. He had a brother who was also a dancer, and they were creative dancers, and they created the format of the dancing that we're inheriting today. Tommaso Carine was regarded in his day as one of the leading dancing masters in the whole of Ireland. His rivals were in Cork and Kerry, Kerry and Limerick, and he taught dancing around his part of the country. He taught a man down in Glenbeigh by the name of Tomás O'Sullivan, Tomás Chan O'Sullivan. He taught a man from Castle Island by the name of Johnny Reedy. And Johnny Reedy taught his son, Patrick. And Patrick became quite a dancer and very well known as a dancing master. And Patrick Reedy moved into North Kerry. It's on record that he gave a special exhibition of dancing 150 years ago up near Ballylongford in Litter House, if you ever heard of it. It's a great house up there, the home of the Wren family, the English family, Wrens. And the man who played for him that day was the famous Ballybunion piper, Tom McCarthy. Then it's obviously Reedy was a big influence in bringing the dance into this whole area here in North Kerry. We noticed that there was a lot of crop of dancers coming around through Ballybunion and Causeway. One of the people that flourished or surfaced, if you like, in Causeway was a man by the name of Maurice Moore. Maurice Moore was a lovely dancer. He was Norinke was called locally by it, and the local people regarded him as the daddy of them all. He was a bit of a showman. One of the tricks he used to do was to take off his shoes and dance with his socks on top of the kitchen table, so that he could hear the cutlery in the drawer underneath rattling out the rhythm of his tunes. He taught a man by the name of Ned Bat Welsh, and Ned Bat Welsh was Monix's teacher. So it's a long line going right back to Tommaso Carine. And then when we were here the last day, 45 years ago, Brian McMahon gave a lovely oration at the graveside. And in the course of that he said the following: like a stone thrown into a pond, Molyneaux's influence moved out in ever-widening rings into places that he never expected. 45 years later, in the view of all that has happened since, it's quite obvious that those words were prophetic words, because those ripples have gone out and have continued to spread, and now they have washed ashore in the United States and places further afield, in way over to Eastern Europe. If you Google Jerry Molyneaux's Blackbird, his setting of the Blackbird, you'll find it all over the United States, people dancing it, people, dancing masters, dancing schools, and students, pupils of dancing schools, looking for the Molyneaux Blackbird. I'm hoping that before the rain comes, we might get a few people to dance it over here. The other point is, and this is the last point I'll say, he's the link, he's not, if you like, a living link with the present generations of dancers, because we have with us pupils of his who are here this evening, and I would like to introduce them to you now, and maybe we get one to dance a step, and we pay, as long as the rain stays off, we'll dance some dancing tributes to the great man himself. First of all, we have John Joe O'Donnell. John Joe. Yeah. John Joe, we like to come up. Yeah. John Joseph Gavin and John Joe danced 45 years ago over in Finuge, because after we unveiled the headstone here, all the people got into their cars and they drove to Finuge, where we turned the sod for the first Chuck Shimsa. And John Joe and your father and your niece, we had 3 generations of dancers who danced over on the stage. So We have another dancer, a pupil of Molyneaux, Ossie Welsh, from Gahard. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you. Great. I don't know where you get the wind. Well, I'd like to mention a few more pupils of Molyneaux who are still living. There are two ladies, but they are sadly in a nursing home. One of them is Mary Kissan, Mary Finucane. Wasn't able to be here. She'd love to be here and sends her greetings this evening. The other is Sheila Bowler, Sheila Lyons. I thought maybe if the evening was fine, Sheila was going to make a special effort and come here this evening. She's also in a home, in a nursing home. She's 97. And I visited her the other day, and I showed her a picture. There's a photograph there of herself and Molyneaux dancing. And I showed her the same photograph. And she said, "That's me," she said. And I said, "Who's the man with you?" Oh, she didn't know. And when I told her who he was, she was wondered at it. She said, I remember it, she said, dancing with him over in Mount Cole, and that's where the photograph was taken. I said, I was a pupil of his too, I said. And she looked up onto the bench and said, "Did he teach you the blackbird? And did he teach you the Garden of Daisies? And the Job of Journey Work? And St. Patrick's Day?" And she rattled off the four of them straight off. It would be lovely if she was here, but she couldn't be. There are two other people I think that might be here. There is Lisa Hartnett from Mount Cole and Frances Hartnett from Mount Cole, both also pupils of Molyneaux. And I was a pupil of Molyneaux. I don't know whether I could dance. I'd try one step of a jig. I'd try one step of a jig, but I'd have to use Paddy White's trick of two chairs to support me. And I learned this little step of a jig on the kitchen floor of my own home over in Leitrim Middle in my van about 75 years ago, when I was a young lad. I hope I can remember it. Now I suppose we can move on to the the next line down the line, the pupils of the pupils. And we sat on the stool, maybe. Liam Dedeen, late Liam Dedeen, was a pupil of Molyneaux. And he taught Jimmy Hickey, whom we all know so well. And Jimmy's here. Oh. And Jimmy, of course, is carrying on the good work around these parts, teaching the dance still.
Master myself, we'll do okay. John Joe, come on, we'll do a step each. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. We'll do a lead and a step each. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Jimmy, come on. Yeah. I was in any babies.
I mentioned Sheila Bowler. Now I gather that we have Jimmy, our son, here somewhere.
Father, is here.
Yes. And we have Declan, a grandson. Yeah. And we have Katie, a great granddaughter. Great granddaughter. And I gather Katie is going to dance. Katie, what do you dance? Great. Wonderful, wonderful. Wouldn't Sheila be proud? We'll move to Tralee now, and just the line going down from Molyneaux to Tralee was through the Cahals. Phil Cahill, I don't know if anybody knew Phil, yeah? And Phil taught Irene Gould, and Irene Gould taught Jimmy Smith, Patricia Hannafin, and they're both here.
Jimmy wanted Blackbird.
Yeah.
Let him do it himself.
Now, I mentioned the Molyneaux Blackbird, and I think Jimmy is a great exponent of that. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy this. I think you'll enjoy this.
Red card.
Jimmy is teaching music, or teaching dancing back in Tralee, of course, and all around.
We'll do a step around here before.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on, Catherine.
This is Patricia Hannah from Nolan, and also a pupil of Irene Gould, and therefore in the Molyneaux line. This is no, he's done another step. This is Michael Murphy. Michael was taught by Anna Flynn. Anna Flynn was taught by Irene Gould, and here is where is Sharon? That's really Sharon, yeah. All in the Molyneaux line down the road. So many people. We'll be winding up. Sorry. speak to all the younger people who might be budding dancers. Please note where Molyneaux's grave is, because when you are old and have grandchildren yourselves, you'll be able to tell them and point out where this great man is buried. And if the writing has faded on the stone as it had done, at least the shoes will tell you. So please, before you leave, take note of the shoes. Have a nice place. I didn't see John Stack, and John is a fine, fine dancer. John, you do one step of a horn.
Go slower now. Same on it.
Somebody has just questioned in my ear. We have, I mentioned Liam Cannon earlier, the man who put the headstone there. His grandchildren. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. Wouldn't Liam be proud of that? No.
Ali and Emma. Ali and Emma.
Now, next up, Ali and Emma. And Jimmy Smith is their teacher. Thank you. Speak up now or forever hold your peace. Nobody else to dance? Right, will I call in you, Jimmy?
Thank you, Father Ahern. And first of all, I'd like to just thank Father Ahern for organising this very important event here this evening. Jerry Molyneaux, I suppose, left a really indelible mark on the history of Irish dance. And in my travels to America and elsewhere, the Molyneaux horn blackbird is known all over the world and performed. And you may be aware that from Molyneaux came Shim Satira, Father Pat and Liam Tarrant were both inspired by Jerry Molyneaux, and that's where Shim Satira came from. And from Shim Satira came river dance. I know it's a different form maybe, but Bill Whelan will always say that he was inspired by Shim Satira. He produced Shim Satira in Seville in Expo 1992 and introduced a flamingo dancer to that particular show, and from that came river dance. So from this man here came Shim Satira, which, as you know, is a major celebration of Irish culture. Prince Charles and his good wife Camilla saw it there and were really blown away with it apparently just on Friday. And river dance has been seen all over the world, where they get thousands of people or millions of people in China. So this man has had an extraordinary influence on Irish culture and history and folk culture, and especially Irish dance. So it's only appropriate that we would come here this evening to unveil the shoes here by former colleague of mine in Kerry County Council, Billy Lean. Congratulations, Billy. It's a wonderful piece, and you've done many fine pieces, but I'm sure that this is one of your proudest pieces. And it's great that the tradition is continuing through the families that were associated with Jerry Molyneaux, including the bowlers and the Tarrants and so many more here this evening. 45 years ago, the late and great Brian McMahon did a wonderful oration here. You probably remember it, the people that were here. But he described the dancer, and I think it's worth repeating again. I just, I can read it without glasses. Just about, I have the glasses there. And the light helps me. The dancer plays a game of immortality. He defies gravity and plays a mocking game with the ground, which is forever pulling him down. So it is that the dancer is caught forever in our minds between time and eternity. I think that sums up the dancer, and it certainly sums up the great Jerry Molyneaux. And in conclusion, again, I would like to thank you, Father Pat, for organising this very special event here this evening. All you young people, you'll remember this forever, because the likes of Mossy Welsh, John Joe O'Donnell, Jimmy Hickey, Patricia Hannafin and John Stack, and all the dancers that were here this evening, they may not be here in 45 years' time. But anyway, thank you all very much for putting on such a wonderful performance. And also there's another man here, and I just want to mention him, because without him, an awful lot of what happened in North Kerry would have been lost forever. And that's the man behind the camera over there, John Lynch. And his archive is the most valuable archive in this part of the world. And he has, I suppose, captured what it was to be out in the farm, milking cows, thrashing, every aspect of our life here in North Kerry over many years. John has captured it and stored it, and it's there now, digitised it, and it's there for the future. But for John, that would be all lost. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just one thing, there's a little present here for any of you that are interested in it. It's a book we did at the Sean McCarthy weekend some years ago on North Kerry dance. All of the great Molyneaux students are featured in it. There's a DVD there showing them dancing, including Sheila Bowler from Lixna, who was there that night actually when we launched it. So it's there. If any of you would like a book, you can come up afterwards and I'll give you a copy free of charge on this occasion in honour of the great Jerry Molyneaux. So thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Finish with a blast of music, and then we'll all depart. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Small crowd, but you were an important crowd. We had a lot of dance, a lot of talent, and thank you. I can't say we'll meet here again. All order.
Just before you go, we'll get a group photograph. We'll try and fit in everybody because I know myself from looking at the photographs that I took here 45 years ago from an old Instamatic camera. They're there. So if you hang on for a few minutes, we'll try and gather around here somewhere, and we'll try and John Stack will take the photograph and Tom will take one there as well. So just before we finish up, again, I know tributes have been paid him already tonight, but on behalf of my family, the Flavin family, I want to thank Father Ahern for getting this thing organised. And this is only one of his ventures, and a lot of you will know more than I do about his ventures. So I want to thank him on behalf of the Flavin family for getting this organised and for doing this, and also I'd like to thank Billy Lean here for that sculpture as well. So do you want to say a few words? What do you want it?